Shalom. Call on Yahweh. Ba'ashem Yahushai. Ba'ashem Rakakadash. Double honor be to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who still rule and teach well, peace, blessings, and safety to the Lord's elect. Scattered throughout the four corners of the planet Earth, mainly in America, pushing this word of humility and sincerity as commanded by Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai. And this is a recent tweet from Donald Trump. As everybody may already know, if you don't know, Donald Trump says that the United States of America is going to endeavor into taking possession of the Gaza Strip from Israel. So you see this man is, basically falling. The thing that have been is that which shall be, and that which shall be is that which shall be done, and there is no new thing under the sun, roughly paraphrasing the scripture in Ecclesiastes chapter 1 verse 9 on down. Because Rome, one of the reasons why Rome fell, among others, was overexpansion. Their military being spread too thin. And he's talking about ending wars, but then at the same time he's saying other things that's going to obviously cause wars. So this devil, he speaks with a forked tongue, as they say. He speaks deceitfully. You think that he's for peace, but he's really for war. And the scriptures say that he covet fields. And I'll read that scripture after I'm going to read the tweet first. But the scriptures say that he covet fields, and he takes them by violence, and houses, and takes them away. And he oppresses a man and his house, even a man and his heritage, because these devils, these white Edomite, biblical Edomite, so-called white people, majority of them are biblical Edomites. These people, man, they are the reason why the Gaza Strip look how it look. He's sitting there with the man who made that land a desolation, smiling, cheesing and shit. And he's sitting there saying it's terrible. There's no buildings. Everything is demolished. It's like a war zone. This and that. Woody woo. But he's standing next to the person who made it that way. He's saying it as if he doesn't know how it got like that, or as if there was outside forces. But he's standing right there with the person who made it a desolation. So basically, he's saying, yeah, we done tore that motherfucker up. It's a piece of shit now. We just completely destroyed it. And, now we're going to take it over. But they're making it seem as if it's being passed from one hand to the next. It says Donald Trump, he tweeted this on February 6, 2025, 6:32 a.m. The Gaza Strip will be turned over to the United States by Israel at the conclusion of fighting. The Palestinians, people like Chuck Schumer, would have been resettled in far safer and more beautiful communities with new and modern homes in the region. They would actually have a chance to be happy, safe, and free. The U.S., working with great development teams from all over the world, would slowly and carefully begin the construction of what would become one of the greatest and most spectacular developments of its kind on Earth. This guy is amazing, man. You see? So he want to take he done destroyed you, displaced millions, bombed the land until there's craters in the fucking earth. And now he's telling you we're gonna build much safer and better communities for you, But why won't you build those safer and better communities for me on the same land that you just fucking bombed? Why is it that you want to move me over here and then redevelop? Why can't you redevelop us right here? Well, I'll read the scripture why. And then people are getting hip to this man. The people of the earth are now seeing how this devil operates. They're seeing his MO. They're seeing that, okay, there's a pattern here. Every time he invades a nation, they have a valuable resource. Every time he invades a nation, they either have a valuable resource or they're trying to fuck with his money or they're doing things that will fuck with his money. Let me step inside. This is Micah chapter 2, verse 1. It says, woe to them that devise iniquity, that work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in the power of their hand. Right. These Edomites, so-called white people, so you can understand, they have the power to make the laws. They're in the positions of people who make decisions that determine how society operates. They are. And so while Jake is at home, Jake is thinking about watching the game or playing the game or, doing a lesson. While these Edomites is at home, they thinking about what type of policies and what type of laws they can put in place to oppress niggas. Niggas and spics, as they say. So-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. That's all they worried about. It says, and they covered fields, verse 2, Micah 2, and verse 2. And they covered fields. Let me read Micah 2 and 1 again. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. Right. In the comfort of their own home, they're able to ponder oppression and mischief. Remember, it said they work evil upon their beds. They don't get no sleep. I'm gonna read another precept for that. Because you're going to have a naysayer or a gainsayer saying, you could say that scripture means that, but it doesn't mean that. This is Proverbs chapter 4, verse 16. It says, for they sleep not except they have done mischief, and their sleep is taken away unless they cause some to fall. So they don't get no sleep unless they able to overcome a nigga. They able to get that. That's why you go to work and certain coworkers, certain of them devils, man, just seem like it's a damn battle every day. It's like this guy is trying to overcome you every day. He trying to do something to you because that's how it is in their mind, man. They sleep not unless they cause some to fall. This is the type of mindset that these people that are in powerful positions have. And they're all Edomites at the very top. But then you also have the other heathen nations who are like the Edomites' henchmen, his flunkies that do his bidding to keep the children of Israel, to collectively keep the children of Israel oppressed. Micah 2, and that's in Psalms the 83rd chapter. Micah 2 and 2, and they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. Remember, the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. So here you got Israel. Matter of fact, I'm gonna hold that and I'm gonna read that right now. You have Benjamin Netanyahu sitting next to Donald Trump. He represents the least of the flock. That little state that they call Israel, Amalek. Come on. Jeremiah chapter 49, verse 20. Therefore hear the counsel of the Lord that he hath taken against Edom. Edom is Adawam in the Hebrew, which means red. And his purpose that he hath purposed against the inhabitants of Teman. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. And Israel just drew in America into this whole shit show that they got going on in the Middle East, fighting over our land. Pursuant to Joel, the 3rd chapter. Joel, chapter 3, and verse 1, for behold, in those days and at that time when I shall bring again the captivity of Yahweh and Yerushalayim. When he said bring again the captivity, meaning he's going to end the captivity. He's going to reverse it. Verse 2, and I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Yahweh Shaphat, which is the Middle East. So now America's there. They're officially there. And will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel. And there's another video of Donald Trump doubling down on what he said in this tweet. He said, why would they want to go back there? And people are heckling him in the crowd saying, well, that's their home. Why wouldn't they want to go back there? But see, this is the reverse psychology that the devil try to pull on you. Why would you want to go back there? Look at it. It's a wasteland. Yeah, it wasn't a wasteland until you made it a wasteland. So you say you want to rebuild a nice community for us somewhere else. Why not rebuild it right there? Well, because they covered them fields. And I'm going to finish that. But this Joel 3:2, and I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Yahweh Shaphat, which means Yahweh's judgment. And will plead, the word plead is Shaphat, which means judge. And will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. So they parting the Lord's land. They dividing the land up and they dividing it amongst themselves. Ezekiel 36, it talked about how they would take the Lord's land into their possession, man. Ezekiel 36:5, therefore thus saith the Lord Yahweh, by Shem Yahushua, surely in the fire of my jealousy have I spoken against the residue of the heathen and against all Idumea, which have appointed my land into their possession, with joy of all their heart, with despiteful minds, to cast it out for a prey. You see? These people, with the joy of all their heart, with despiteful minds, because you the reason why the land is like that. Scriptures talk about how they speak loftily concerning oppression. In Psalm the 73rd chapter, Psalm chapter 73, you can start at the top, but I'm going to jump to the point in verse 6. Therefore, it said, therefore pride compasseth them about as a chain. Violence covereth them as a garment. Their eyes stand out with fatness. Yeah, he talking about we're going to build up. It's going to be one of the most magnificent